So we've got 377 kilometers on the clock, and you won't believe what just happened. I was at the mall, just a bit back that way, and I was at this mobile phone shop. I left with the trolley handle, right? I was walking with it, with the handle, and it cut out. I was going like walking speed, and then I sped up a bit, like to a jog pace. And then it cut out on me, like as I was holding the handle, I felt it lose balance and I almost dropped it, but I didn't. And then I looked at the screen and it's off. So what even happened there? That's really bizarre, isn't it, guys? The one thing I could think of that might explain it is that maybe it was already off when I left the shop, but it doesn't really make sense because if it was, I would have felt it. I would have been like, oh, this thing's off. I would have turned it on straight away. So that doesn't really make sense. Maybe there's a timer in this thing that shuts it down automatically. So like after, I don't know, 10 minutes, there's probably a setting in there so you can change that. So maybe after 10 minutes, it does it by itself if it's just sitting stationary, you know, like, because I was in the shop and the thing was just sitting there. And then maybe the timer was nearly up and then as I left, it elapsed and then it shut itself down. It still doesn't make sense though because I was moving. Not very fast, but it doesn't make sense for the Sherman to shut itself down, even at walking speed. Because for all it knows, you're riding, it wouldn't just shut down. Maybe at 1 kilometer per hour, but not 10. So it's bizarre, guys, and it kind of makes me worry, like, what does this mean? It could shut down again. So I don't know what the hell happened, guys. I wish it didn't happen though. My original Sherman has never ever done anything. So I have no idea. Let's hope I don't get a cutout. But it's going to change my riding style, to be honest. From now on, I'm going to be a bit more careful of this thing. No joke, guys, this thing legit cut out on me. I know I was just trolling, but it's changed my perspective on it. Like, I don't know, I wish I could just forget about it. You know, like when it hadn't done anything wrong, it feels like it can do no wrong. Like my original Sherman has never had a single hiccup. Not once. So when I get on that thing, I feel so confident. Like, it's as reliable as anything, as like an old calculator, let's say. You know, it's got a lot of electronics in there. A lot of things can go wrong, but they never do. You know, like an old Casio calculator that you just know each time you press that on button, it turns on and it does its job. Never fails. The chances that it won't turn on and do its job are so low, it's almost impossible, it seems. And that's how I feel with my OG Sherman. And it's how I felt with my Max too until now. So please, someone tell me what they think it could be, and maybe should I replace the main board? I don't know. I did ride home though, like I was at the mall probably 8 kilometers away from home. And after that little incident, I turned it back on and it was fine. I trolleyed back out of the mall, no problems. Then I got on it and rode 8 kilometers. And I hit, you know, decent speeds as well on the way home, had no issues. So it seems okay now, but what caused it to turn off while I was moving? What could it be? You know, it's what bugs me. Like, not knowing means it could be anything, and if it's something, then it could happen again. So yeah, that sucks, doesn't it? I'm going to contact the guys I bought this off and maybe they'll give me some advice, but it's put a massive dent in my confidence, guys. And it's a shame because I like riding. This Max is awesome in terms of, it's like a Sherman basically, but it's just better. It's smoother because it's got a wider rim, so the tire sits better. It sounds better too. Like I can hear the difference in the motor. this one's got a bit, I think it sounds a bit louder or something. Like, you can hear the knobby tire, obviously, that's very loud. And then you can kind of hear the motor together with the knobby tire. Whereas the old Sherman, I don't think you can hear any, I think the motor's quieter or something because all you can hear is the tire. Whereas this Max, it's like you can hear the engine, the motor, along with the tire. And obviously it's got more range. It's got more torque too. So more confidence going up really steep hills. And the top speed is fine. Like, it beeps at about the same speed as the OG Sherman. So all this talk about the Max being slower, I don't think it really is, to be honest. It does have a lower free spin speed. When I tested it, it is lower. It's like 92 kilometers an hour instead of 100. But in practice, while riding it, it beeps at about the same speed, if not a tiny bit higher. And because it's got a bigger battery, it can deliver more power before the battery voltage sags to critical levels, causing it to beep at you and eventually cutting out. So the bigger battery is an advantage in terms of top speed. Maybe the torquier motor is a disadvantage, but when you put those things together, it seems to even out. And what I think is, if you were going down a hill, the OG Sherman would probably reach higher top speeds more safely. But on a flat, it's about the same. And if you're going uphill at all, then the Max will have the advantage for sure. And steep uphill, then definitely the Max. So yeah, that's it for now. Please do leave some comments. Let me know what you think it might be with this cutout. And I'll see you next time. Hopefully this thing never cuts out again. Because I got big plans for this thing, you know, like reviews and more testing, drifting perhaps. So yeah, we want this thing to last. And I'll see you in the next episode, guys. We'll end it here. Peace.